Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. Someone please confirm that I'm audible to or not. Someone please unmute yourself and let me know whether I'm audible to you or not. Yeah, you can do a chat option. You can put a message in the chat box. Sorry, there was some technical issue because of which, yeah, can't hear you. Can you hear me now? You are audible. Okay, Rishabh. Yes, sir. Sharmeen, Atharva. Great, great. Kaveri. Okay, so let's start. So I hope you can find a screen here. What is simply Labit Pros? Okay, so I have directly opened this website so that we can perform some of the practical session over here. Okay, okay, great, great. Okay, fine. So I think most of you have joined here. Let me start. Okay. So I believe that everyone is sitting with a laptop. Okay. What you can do is that just go and click on this link. Yeah. Try to log in this page. I'll share this link in the chat box. Did you got this link? Those who are sitting with a laptop, please practice along with me. I'll introduce. Uh, check everyone. Did you got the link? Saurabh, Gaurav, Rishabh. Now here, please simultaneously confirm. Are you able to open the link? Yes, great, Kanchan. Prathamesh. What you can do is that here you have the option. Okay, you have the option called as login. Click to this option login. Click over here. So what you can do is that just go to the register option and register yourself. Okay, if you want, you can use that email ID from the temp mail. Use this temp mail email ID. There's disposable email ID to log in this page. Done. Rakesh, Gaurav, use this email ID. Any not email ID, this one. Go to this temp mail. You will get an email ID. Copy this email ID and try to create an account on this particular page. Labit Pro. Oh, can't reach this page. Sir, please wait. Okay, Manish. Let me know, sir. Please tell once again. Chandni, what you can do is that you will find a link. Okay, the link is there in the chat box. Just go and click on this link, which is there in the chat box. And here, go to the option called as login and create a account there. Login, great. Gaurav, give any password. If you want, you can give a personal email ID also. Done. Great, Avadhu. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Naveen. Irshad, what should we give the password? Irshad, any password maybe. Give your first. You need to create the account there. Yeah, their option is there first. Register. Give the email ID, name, and password. Clear? Samish Thakur. Done. login. Great, Varun. What you can see, you may find this kind of things. Like for example, this is what no the Labit Pro Suits Cloud Lab Simulator looks like. Most of things, we won't able to log in on the Azure pages. So that is the reason. Okay, if I tell you that how exactly the Azure page looks like, okay, so you may talks about this one. Like for example, yes, sir, Azure. No, we need to sign up there. We need to purchase that account. But Lab It Pro suits it gives a simulator, okay, where you can perform most of the things on the cloud lab. Okay. I'll take a little bit theory later because since the time is very, already we have spent too much of time. So let me just start this. So I'll just show you exactly, how exact the Z proto looks like. So these are some normal, you can say that images when you purchase this, by paying some amounts. Okay. So this is a simple web page of a Azure websites. You have so many things there. You have Azure stacks, the policies, groups. We are going to see all these things just with the help of this practical. Okay? We are going to do all these things with the help of this practical. Okay? Go and click on this lab simulator. Can we get the recorded session? Yeah, definitely. Sir, can you give original email? Murali, if you want, you can give, or else I suggest not to give. You can use this one. Sir, it's not working. Gaurav, just let check once again. Register. You have to register it, huh? Samish, passport unit not working. Can you just check it out once? You have to create the account, then only it will work. First of all, you have to create the account, then only you are able to go to this particular platform. See here, normally we have three labs. Okay, one is Microsoft Azure, second is Amazon Web Services, and third is Google Cloud Platform. Okay. If I tell you what exactly this Microsoft Azure means, see, when you normally go and purchase, you won't find all those things, okay? Because since Microsoft is very costly, then normally those who are working in the industries, they only get this kind of things. Okay? You can see that those who are working from work from home, they may are well aware of all these things. Okay? Since we are unable to get this kind of work, what that you can say, this desktop, so we are following this. We are same thing. We are following this virtual platform. Okay, whether it is uh, categories, some kind of reserved files, okay, some kind of VPN, creating a tenants, okay, everything we are doing, okay, which is possible on a real, can say that Microsoft website, a real Microsoft Azure website. All those things we are doing here on this particular lab. Sir, from first till can you tell what I lost the connection? I just sir, is it simulator or actually useful? It's a simulator. Kaveri, what I done is that we have your machine power is low, sir. Just gentle reminder. Okay, fine. Thank you for reminding. Let me keep charging. After registration, what to do, sir? After registration, I hope you are able to access this one. Yeah, Rishabh. Thank you for reminding. I hope everyone has okay till this point. There's no issue. Yes, sir. Got it. Great, Kanchan. Why should not we log in from our personal email for restriction? You can use. Okay? You can use your personal email if you want. Done. So yes, sir. Great, Abdul. What you can do is that okay, might be most of you have registered our Asif Ansari. Got it. Murali Krishna. Great, great. Anyone from the batch one here? The cybersecurity batch one? Anyone? Long back we have completed that batch one, no? So I registered with my personal email ID. Missed that? Okay, that's okay, Lavanya, not an issue. Sir, but can you explain the steps again? What we can do here? Yeah, that's what. Still, I have not started. Samesh, still I have not started the simulation. Create resources group in Azure. Deploy Windows virtual machines. Provisions. Strong count. These simulations showing. Correct. That is what we are doing. Okay. Naveen, okay, Naveen, your money container. This from okay, first batch. Great. Hi, Naveen. After a long time. Sir, for registration, we use personal. I think I've told you, Kaveri, you can use your personal email ID also. Cybersecurity batch, Naveen. Okay, great, Naveen. Welcome. Okay, once if you log in, here on the top, you will get this lab simulations. Okay? Click on this lab simulations. If you click on this lab simulations, you will get some simulated cloud labs. Okay? Obviously, these labs are very much helpful for you to complete all kinds of deployment and management tasks in Microsoft Azure as well as AWS and Google Cloud Platform. Okay? So in all these three, whether it is a Microsoft Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud Platform, what we are doing is that how all those things are going to be deployment and the management task. Okay? And obviously, the more is that we are going to have a dashboard that how exactly the Microsoft Azure looks like. Okay? What you can do is that just go and click on this Microsoft Labs. First one, the Microsoft Azure Labs. Uh, okay. Here you will get some of the like for example, deploy a file share in Microsoft Azure. Okay, what it means, okay, what exactly the file and how we are going to deploy it on. Let me just show you a simple image over here because you need to zoom it more there. Here I'll just showing you the simple images. Yeah. Siddhant, actually we are practicing some of the Azure as well as AWS and cloud computing. Since we can't directly go to this Microsoft Azure, since it's a paid version. So for the practice purpose, and you have that exam SC 900. For that purpose, we are doing this that simulation lab. Naveen, we miss your class for a long time. Yeah, Naveen, me too. Yeah, hi. Yeah, Sheikh Salim is here. Yeah, Avadut, it's just a simulator lab. Yeah. Okay, Siddhant, let's start then. So what exactly we are doing is that we are going to deploy a particular file. Okay. So what this file is all about? Okay? In Microsoft, normally whenever we wanted to put some file, whether it is on the AD as well as on the data services DS. Okay? Suppose this is our AD. Okay? I know. I think for the batch one, I have already told that how to create the tenants. Okay, there's some videos are there on the YouTube. you can go and create the tenant. Okay. Once if you create the tenant, okay, it's your job to put a file on that particular cloud. It's not only about that AWS. There are so many are there. Like I told you last time, we have VP or that Salesforce, okay, and also AWS. Okay? Many cloud services are there. Okay? Here we are mostly talking about what? Mostly talk about the AWS, Microsoft Azure cloud. Okay? So here we have two things here. That is, we wanted to put a file so that our end client, whether it is from the whether it's from a VPN or from direct connection or with the help of remote connections, they can access that file. Okay, but what is that file and how to get that file? Okay, here in this one, what we are doing is that the Azure file shares in your hybrid environment. Okay, so once if you share the hybrid, what that file means, all the clients, okay, they are use this file as a serverless file shares. But simply it is you have put it in some in sharing mode, okay, and you are accessing it from there. Okay. So I don't want to go all these things. Let me just go and perform the practical. The first thing is that it's very interesting. If you go and click on this particular thing, it will tell all about. Like for example, what exactly you are going to perform in this particular simulation or the simulations. Okay. Here it will give you a detailed about idea about that how you can create a Azure file share. Okay. So your intention is that you have a file, okay, and how on that dashboard how you are going to create this particular Azure file. Okay, let's go and click on this lab details. Yeah, here if you read this one, it will give some of the that basic definition. Okay? But I want you to focus more on here. Okay, like for example, the Azure files. Okay, uh, whether you are accessing from the Windows, from your from the Linux, or from your from the Mac operating system, okay, it should be accessible to the end users. Okay, because you don't know that in your company who is the person who is who is wanted to access that file from his own operating system. Here, the file obviously it's available somewhere on the network. That is what the reason we are telling it is as a the network file transfer. With the help of following some protocols, we are sharing a file. Okay, and we also wanted to share this file on the Windows server with Azure file sync for the fast access near where the data is being used. Okay, now you may ask that, sir, what exactly the file is consist of? It may be consist of any kind of data or anything or any information. What exactly we are going to learn in this one? Okay, so here it will guide us, or it will this particular lab will teach us that what is the main process that to create a Azure file share in an existing storage account. Okay, in an existing storage account. So you may ask that, sir, why only on this particular VPN? Why not on some other platforms? Okay, there many are there. Okay, okay, you can't only depend on this particular Microsoft Azure. There many are there. Like for example, you can go ahead with the what is that Salesforce also. Okay. You might be heard that IaaS, AWS, PWS, yeah, platform, software, infrastructures. Okay. So obviously, if you learn that how exactly the process of creating a file in Azure in existing storage requirement, you can easily prepare for the certification such as AZ104, AZ303, AZ304. So I hope everyone is still here. We will have some exams related. Yeah, that is the reason, Shreya, we are going to learn. Sir, is it not first class as I said about YouTube, you, YouTube content? See, for the Microsoft is a first class. That is the reason we have clubbed it. Gaurav. Okay. Fine. Normally, we have clubbed multiple batches here. I think cybersecurity, machine learning, and data science. All the batches are clubbed. Okay, Avdut. So now what you can do is that just go and click on this launch the lab. It's very one of the self-learning. What you can do is that just go and click on this launch the lab. You will get a kind of video. Okay. So that video will tell all those things which I told you just right now. You click on this one. Please perform along with me. Those who are doing.
Azure Files offers fully managed file shares in the cloud that are accessible via the industry standard SMB protocol or via the NFS protocol. Azure file shares can be mounted concurrently by cloud servers and even on-premises servers. Azure SMB file shares are accessible from Windows, Linux, and Mac OS clients. Azure Files NFS file shares are accessible from Linux or Mac OS clients. Additionally, Azure SMB file shares can be cached on Windows servers with Azure File Sync for fast access near where the data is being used. In this Azure simulation, you will be guided through the process of creating an Azure file share in an existing storage account. You will set a quote on the new file share, and then you will create a folder within the file share. You'll wrap up by viewing the connection information for the new file share. Click the Begin Simulation button below to get started.
Just hold a second. I'm checking whether there is an option. It's been long time. I have not used this particular tool. Where is the option for the recording here? Option, view, audience, sharing webcam audio. Where is the option for recording? I'm not audible, sir. Hello, sir. Your screen is not visible. Just check once again, Murli. I think the screen is visible. People. Yes, recording happening. I think we cannot skip the tutorial, Rishabh. Yeah, that's the main thing. Okay. At our end, it is already telling me this session being recorded. Yeah, it's recorded. Correct. Correct. Yes, sir. Now it's visible. Please, Murli, go ahead. Okay. What you can do is that you can start this begin simulations. Okay. See, uh, it's not only we have this AWS, no, like AWS, we have many other cloud services providers. Okay, if you just go and type on the Google like top 10 service providers, you may get the name of no, first name itself is nothing but the AWS, and start with the Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud is there. I think we have even IBM also. Okay, and one thing that is the for cybersecurity people I have told that you can try with the Salesforce. Okay, one of the famous the service providers, cloud service provider like AWS, like AWS, there are no famous. You can say some uh, cloud service providers are there. Even you have that IBM cloud also, SAP, VMware, so many are there. But most of time we use this AWS as well as the uh, Microsoft Azure. Okay. So once if you finish that video, observe everyone carefully. Here we need to follow some steps. Okay, like see here, if you observe, you have so many options like on a Azure. Okay, right now you can say that it's a login here. Okay. Since we are not authorized, we have not purchased this uh, Azure Azure portal. Okay, so that is the reason I'm showing a simulator portal. So this is simulation portal. We have different options like create account, virtual machine, smartphone. Okay, that is Azure Active Directory. Here it is. Okay, and here I have the option called as a storage accounts. Okay. I hope all of you are following the steps. Okay. What you can do is that click on this storage accounts to browse to the storage account that will host your file share. Okay. So what we are doing is that first of all we will go to the storage account, okay, and we'll create a account, and in that account we'll store a file. Okay. So let's click on this one.
Click on the Brooks Finance 1973 storage account that you created earlier.
So here we have a can say account. Okay, that name of the account is the Bugs File 1973. Okay, you may observe that this looks like your email ID only. Okay, so if you just go and click on this particular folder, okay, here you have a option called as the here. See, now you have so many things over here. If you just zoom it, no, on your computer, you'll find so many things. Now here we no we have the option called as a file share. Okay, if you click this box, okay, for what purpose? To deploy the file sharing option. Okay, so just go and click this file share option here. On the plus sign here, if you wanted to share a particular file, okay, so just click on this plus sign, file share. So here I need to give a name. Okay, so here I have to write in the no the box, okay, to give the name. Okay, so let me just click over here. So I'm typing as my file share. Okay, where it is I'm typing the name. Okay, first thing what we have done, we have just typed that file name here. Okay, where so the name I have given here as the my file my file share. So once if you write this one, click enter.
Next, you'll set a quota for the new share. To do this, click the quota box.
So here it is asking that click the code box and set the size quota, exactly what amount of the file should be there. Okay, so the next thing which we are giving here is nothing but the size. Okay, please remember, once if you create the file, all these things will be available on that dashboard. So remember here the file size we are giving in terms of GB. Okay, so let me just type here as a 10 here. Okay, once if you type that file size as 10 GB, hit enter after typing that file size. So here we have the option called as the storage tier as a hot, since the file share is not typically needed for transaction. See, most of things we are doing that what is the simulation. Okay, so here I'm not going directly to the transaction options. So let me just select this hot option. If I create this file option, observe all those things which we have created. Okay, like for example, what is the tire of selected we have. Okay, the tire we have selected here is the hot. Observe once if I click on this create. Okay, can you see this one? These are same, like nothing but the name. What is the name? Name file share. So let me just zoom it here. Modified. Okay, on this particular date. What is this quota here? The size we have selected is 10 GB. Here, observe here. Yeah, and the tire we have selected is the HOT hot. Okay, so this is how you have simply created. After the file is shared is created, then click the file share to manage it. Okay, so now my file is created with all this information. Okay, with my file name is my file share with a size of 100 GB, and the tire is hot. Okay. Let me just go and click on this option. So once if file has been shared, someone has to access this file, no? So for that purpose, okay, we need to add this file on where? On the Active Directory. Okay. So for that purpose, we need to add the directories here. Okay. For what purpose? Okay, so that someone, the end client, can access my file. Okay, so just click on this add directory to create a new directory within the file shares. Okay, what we have, the file shares name, it's, this is my file share name. Okay, so click on this option, add directory. So now let me just give a kind of name here. Like for example, name the new directory by typing marketing in the name field and hitting enter. Okay. So here, in case of directory, we are giving another couple of names. Okay. So what is the first name I am giving here? The name is nothing but marketing. Okay. See, this is the directory. Huh? Earlier we have created the file. Okay. And now we are wanted to share that one. Okay. Naveen Manikanta, Sarita, are you able to log in, Naveen? Let me finish, Naveen. I'll make you the presenter, then you can share your screen. So what I'm doing is that now in the add directory option, okay, in the add directory option, I wanted to give a new directory name. Okay. So what is the name I'm giving here? This is my new directory. This is my new directory. So let me give a name as marketing. Already have given that name. That is why the result is appearing here. Yeah, marketing. Click OK. Yeah. Hit enter after that. Now
Click the OK box to finish creating the marketing directory.
the second step, what we have done, we have created a new directory with the name as marketing. Okay, and the first we have created a file share. So once if you click on this OK option, so what this option is, the end users, okay, the end users, if they wanted to access this file, okay, so we have to connect them. Okay, once the directory has been created, what the directory we have created here, we have created a new directory with the name as marketing. Once the file has been created, click the connect button to view the connection information for the share. Okay, so I'm just connecting, if you can see that. So now you can see that you are getting such kind of messages, okay, that you have created a file and that file is now available on the new directory, and you have given the permission. Okay, and you have given the permission to connect. Okay, so every client, every client who, those who wanted to access the file, okay, those who wanted to access the file, okay, can easily get this one. Well, any doubt, anyone performing and did not got this, so not able to understand? And what is the motive of this session? I have opted for AI ML, so cloud computing is part of it. Yeah, Samiksha, you can go ahead with that. No, it's been told to me to conduct on 3 to 4 lectures on this particular Microsoft Azure. You can contact to the, yeah. Anyone wanted to share the screen, Varun? I'll make you the presenter. Where is the audience? Yeah, just wait. I'll make the Varun as the presenter. Where are you, Varun? It is telling. Can you provide the recorded video? Yeah, definitely you will get the recorded videos. Avadut, can someone share the screen? I can share. Naveen. Naveen, where is your name? Those who have performed for the first one, go ahead for the second one. Just wait. Rajwal. Okay. To whom I can make? um, Rishabh. Avadhut. I can. Where is your name? Actually, I'm not getting your name. Avadhut. Ava. A. V. In the beginning. Okay, that's so many are there, no? How to get these names here? Send, just wait. Assign query, assign question, toss, send. Able to find your names. Keep Ansari, Atharva, Avadut. Yeah, Avadut, I got it here. This is the option Avadut, Avadut Chauhan. You know, I click on this option. Wait, Avadut. I'm not getting how to make the presenter. Sharing, change presenter. Yeah, here I have option. Make either attendees the presenter available when there is a qualified presenter. No, Avadut, actually I don't have this option. Make another presenter. I'm not getting that. Let me stop sharing stop showing the screen. Sorry guys, I don't have that option. I need to check only my screen. I think here we don't have this particular thing like no. Sorry, I don't have that option to make a presenter. Completed Murli. Which one? Sir, this sharing the file so that we can access it as client and can run it on their system. Yeah, that is the point, Hardik. Okay. Suppose you are working in your company, your the system engineer or that admin users, okay, will put you in a group. Okay. So from that group, okay, and if you are working in any of the project, so you will be act as the end user. Okay. You will be act as the end users, and if you wanted to access something, you can access only those file which has been shared to you by your system administrator or by a team manager. Okay. Murli, complete the first thing. Those who are completed for the first one, go ahead for the second. Okay. So just click on this exit simulation. This is what we have done right now. Yeah, I think this is very much clear now. This is the image from this Microsoft.com docs. Okay, there is Azure storage file. So here, we have taken a particular file, okay, and wanted to put in the file sharing option. Okay. So you can observe that the share capacity is of 5 TIB. Yeah. In our case, we have taken it for the 100 GB. Okay. And this is the option which is we will get only when you are able to access as a and or client, okay, or as end users. Okay. So after doing that one, we have gone to this option called as add directory. See, the first option is that we need to observe in our case we have taken this tire, okay, There's nothing but the HOT. Tire for all the files in the shares different charges apply to the each tire. Switching tires causes the transactions. Okay, if you wanted to make the real transaction, then you can select for this one. Okay. So, but most of time in industry we use this transaction optimized. Okay, because we need to change it as per the client requirement. So here we have taken for this HOT. Then after that you have to change these tires. Okay, once if you change the tires, it will ask you that to create the exact the data. And after that just go and create this add directory. Okay, once if you create the files, go and create this add directory. In the add directory you need to give a name for your new directory. So in our case we have given this name as a marketing. Then after that the file is available. Okay, now the 10 GB file of with the name as my file share is available in the your directory. Okay, if someone wanted to access that, you need to give the access. Okay, so in that case you have to click on this connect option. Murli, sir, how we can access that we have created the file share? Murli, it's normally the users, the admin person who has made that different, you can say, uh, mm, different groups. Okay? Let me tell you that how exactly the group looks like. Yeah, Salim is sharing that all the links. I'll just show the image how exactly the group looks like. You can see this is the real dashboard of a particular person who is doing on work on this Microsoft Azure. It looks like. Okay. We have so many things over there, like not this groups. See, this is the group. Okay. You may be part of the one of the any of the group of your project. Okay, and you have been given some access. And you may be most of times as the end users you are just a member. Okay, so you can just access the file. You cannot put or you cannot edit that file. Okay? So might be if you are working on any of the SOC team or those who are they know that how much privilege they have. Okay? Or how much file they can access in their system. Only a can say that a admin person can create the user. Okay? And users are created. See, all these are users. Okay, LN with the username, the member, okay, and the source. Okay, so you might be one of the users. Okay, and as a user you will put in some of the groups. Okay, that groups is nothing but a project name. Okay, it indicates that in which project you are dealing with or in project your task has been assigned. Okay, Sheikh Salim, what is the link? Oh, I think yeah, Sheikh Salim. It is. Avadut, what's it, Avadut? Sir, uh, does Azure provides any free account for students so that we can perform these things in real environment? I think for students, I'm not sure, but you can create a account. If you just go and type on the Google that how to create an account on the, you may get a trial version. I'm not sure for that, but you can just go and type on that Azure trial account. But what I know is that most of time for the trial account, it will ask you to enter the credit card or the credit card number. This I think it's available. I'm not sure that whether you are able to create the free account or not. Yeah, you can start the free trial here. Check once because as per my knowledge, most of time when you create a particular user account, no, it will ask you to enter the debit card or credit card number. see here how this is how do I get the popular services free for 12 months? How do I get 40 plus? What can do my US dollar credit? Who is eligible for this free? Yeah, can you have a look here? The Azure free account is available to all new Azure customers who have not previously had a free account and received US dollar 200 credits. Just check. I'm not sure, but as per my knowledge, when you in the end, yeah. Thank you, Salim. There's a link. Let me just paste this link in the chat box. First, cybersecurity batch 1 or batch 2, you have the project presentation. Might be it will start from the next week onwards. Just be prepared for that one. Okay. So once if you finish for this particular thing, you can have the next lab. Okay. If you just go and click on this one. So what you can do is that just go to this again lab simulation. So this first practical is deploy a file share in the Azure. Okay. Then first complete all those things which are there on the Microsoft Azure. Next option you have deploy a virtual network in Microsoft Azure. Okay. It like most of time we have seen that VMware, okay, and a VPN. So you can deploy a virtual network in the Microsoft Azure so that uh, it is called as the my new virtual network. Okay, my new VNet. So let's see how exactly we can configure this one. There are a few interesting are there. Okay, apart from all these things, there are few are very interesting which normally acts in most of no, you may get a questions on the interviews like how to configure the devices which are there in the network. Okay, like you can see here that configure and deploy. Okay, the devices which are related to the networking device, servers, or it may be routers, or it may be firewall. Okay, and there are some which are very interesting. That is nothing but the virtual network peering in Azure Active Directory. And if you are really working in a MNCs, then in that case, okay, as a senior managers or I can say some system administrator, okay, your job is more on here. Create a users and new in Azure Active Directory. Okay, so this is possible only you have some privilege escalation or some kind of information or can say some kind of authority. Okay, so obviously you will get to that how groups can be created and how you have to create a particular users and how much authentication you have to provide that to that users, that how many things they can access. So let me perform the second one, then we'll come to this one. uh, Naveen, they are demanding 1 lakh for this course, sir. Don't pay. uh, when will be the EPPT preparation for batch 14? Rishabh, this particular class is only for the 3 days, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. That's it. Only for this 3 days in this week. Remaining thing you can contact to directly the administrator or to the Ashwin sir. Here in these 3 days, I'm just teaching you that GS Uma, you are not audible. GS Uma Manikanta, just check. Am I audible? Yeah, thank you, Salim. That is what the lab link is. Uh, Karamkar, yeah, definitely. I'll not. You will get directly an email. Uh, you will get email from the Ashwin only that the recorded sections. In the final Microsoft certifications, can we do the performance practical SC? Can you do? Do you have to perform practical SC 900? Siddhant, I too don't have that much of idea. Three Thankar, sir, what batch I am? I don't know. You have to check it, confirm. Sankalp, but registration. See, let me clear you. I am just taking the 3 day session on this all the labs. Okay. so that it can help you for your examinations. It is not a entire course or entire not ethical hacking or something like that. It's a just a 3 days course where I'm putting some lights, okay, not with performing all the practicals. I'm just putting some lights on Microsoft Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so that once if you perform all the practicals, it may help you for your examinations. That's it. Okay. So now just let me do another couple of practicals here. Deploy a virtual network in the Microsoft Azure. Let me do it fast. So it's a self no explanatory. So what is the overview? Deploy a VNet. Okay. Normally when we come to the virtual network, most of the time we think that it's only about the VMware or the the uh, only the tools which are there available on the virtual net, which we download in our base machines. Okay. AW Azure VNet is a fundamental building block for your private network in Azure. Okay, most of time it will create a kind of VPN, okay, from the client machine to the server. Okay, so that you can access the resources such as Azure virtual machines. Okay, to make a secure communications from source to destination, whether it is the on the private internet or on premises network. Okay. Obviously it has a lot of advantages. Okay. Like here what we are going to do is that it's one of the the uh, uh, older traditional where we are keeping the data, or we are keeping ourselves hidden or anonymous on the internet, so that there should not be any kind of attacks or threats on our data centers. Okay. And obviously if we are working in MNCs, most of time they will follow this one. Okay. They won't allow any outsiders to access their servers or to to perform any kind of activities. Okay. So this is every time you have to go ahead with these videos. So you can see here that let me just play this video. By the time I'll just read some questions in the chat box.
The Azure Virtual Network is the fundamental building block for your private network in Azure. Virtual networks allow many types of Azure resources, such as Azure virtual machines, to securely communicate with each other through the internet and with on-prem networks. Click Create a Resource to begin the deployment process.
So now you can see here we have the option called as a virtual machine. Can you see this one? But before going to this virtual machine, we have to create a resource. Okay. For what purpose? For the deployment. Okay. So our intention is to deploy. So we are creating a resource. Okay. You may observe that there are so many things are there. Okay. So let me just click on this one. Once if you click on this particular box, okay, if you wanted to deploy, okay, if you wanted to deploy something, just click on this box. You may get some of the options like virtual network gateway, virtual network. There's so many are there. Azure virtual network, endpoint management. Okay, so here I wanted to deploy a virtual network. That is what Azure VN. Okay, so let me select this option here. You can just type that. Okay, type as a virtual network. Once if you type the virtual network, hit enter.
Click on Virtual Network in the search results.
You may get that option, virtual network. Select it, the virtual network. Okay. Now you can see that we have got a virtual network in Microsoft Azure. Okay. See here we have workspace, we have Microsoft HPC, we have Windows 10. Okay. So once if we click on that virtual network, okay, see we are in the home page, in that new, and in that we have virtual network. Okay. Click on this create button to begin the deployment process. Okay. So what is our target? Or we wanted to deploy a virtual network, so that we have created a particular folder. Click on this create. So now just click this resource group box to choose that which resource group you wanted to wish to deploy. Okay. So just click on this particular box here. So I'm selecting for the my resource group here. Okay, here I'm giving a name. Can I see this one?
Type my new data in the name box and hit enter.
So let me give the name here as my name. So the resource which I have taken here is resource which I have taken is the my resource group. My resource group, and the name which I am taking here is my network VNet, my new VNet, my new virtual network. My new VNet. Okay. Hit enter after
Check
that.
the region box so you can choose an Azure region to deploy the new virtual network to.
Okay, most of time we'll select it as per our country. So let me click with
In this
the
lab,
US. Okay.
at this point, you can configure the IP addresses for this new virtual network. To do so, click the Next IP addresses box.
So let me click on the new IP address.
Click the trash icon to delete the default IPv4 address space so you can specify a new one.
See, already you have an IP address here. Okay. You can see that there's some IP address. So I'm just deleting this IP address. Once if you delete, it will ask you to,
Now, click the IPv4 address space box.
here. Here I'm giving a IP address as obviously this subnet use subnet mask here 192.168.168.0.0/16. So let me type the same thing here 192.168.0.0/16 and hit enter. Yeah. Here you have the option to call as you need to submit a subnet. Okay, so click on this add subnet option. I need to define a subnet here. Okay, here it is asking to put a subnet name. Click on this. Just type
Type
the
subnet 1 into the subnet name box and hit enter.
subnet one. So subnet one I have given here as a subnet one. Okay, once if you type, just hit enter. Okay, and so now I can say that I'm adding that one. Okay, so here we have an option called as add subnet. Yes. So here I'm taking the second as the subnet name, which is second. Okay. Observe that for the subnet one, I have given this IP address. So this is the IP address which I have assigned to the subnet one. So let me just type here as a subnet 2. Hit enter. Click the IP address.
Define a range for the type 192.168.1.0/24. Hit enter.
So you can observe that for the subnet one, we have given this IP address. This is the entire network. So this is my IP address for subnet one. And for the subnet 2, I'm giving the IP address is 1.0. Okay? Both are belong to the different networks. It's a /24. Click. Okay. Now you can say that the security Yeah. N- if you observe this one, okay, you can find that we have subnet 1 with 192.168.0.0. Here it is. Can you see this one? These are the subnets, and the address space which are given it 192.168.0.0/16. For the subnet 1, it's a 0.0/24, and for subnet 2, 0.0 slash sorry 1.0/24. Okay, and here if you observe this one, see this is the what can say that the subscription. Okay, and the group name, it's the my resource group. Okay, that is what we have given here. Okay? The basic information. So this is the group, is nothing but the my resource group, and the name I've given as my new VM. This is the name. This is the name I've given here, and the region is nothing but the central US. Okay, you can choose any country, but most of the time we prefer for the US only because of the client requirement. Once if you click on this create option, you can see that everything, okay, you may get this kind of message that your deployment is complete. Okay, with all this below information. Okay, that is starting time as well as the deployment details. Okay, and here you may get some of the information. Once if you have a user permission node, definitely you will get a lot of information here. Okay, so just click on this go to resources. Here can you see this one here? These are the address spaces now. In the my new vnet we have the address space. The address space is 192.168.0.0/16, and the address range is 192.168.0.0 till 255.255. Okay, so the address count is nearly around 5515. Okay, and if you wanted to know the subnets, okay, so in our case we have given the two subnets, subnet 1 and as well as subnet 2. Okay, if you go and click on the subnets, you may find two different subnets. Okay, here can you find this one, the subnet 1 192.168.0.0/24, and the subnet 2 is 192.168.1.0 it is /24. Okay, with 251 available IP addresses. Okay, so if you just click on this overview, okay, you can get the entire thing. Hmm? Six, yeah, that is what Rishabh I told that. Okay. They're not following that slash. It's a CIDR class slash interdomain. That's /8/16/24. It's a class full. Okay, for class A, class B, and class C. Okay. Asif Ansari, am I audible? See, this is one of the most you can say that self explanatory labs. Okay, because I've seen that, but I insist most of the students, especially if you are going to attempt any Microsoft exams, practice for all these labs. Okay, if you are appearing just 1 week before, practice all these exams, then you can go ahead. Okay, whether it is the AWS or any exams of Microsoft, okay, or any exams on the Microsoft cloud. Okay? Even if you are practicing for any other clouds like Alibaba, IWM, IBM, Oracle, okay, or we can say that I think Google is also has their own cloud. Okay? So you can practice on here. And one more thing, yeah, here this is also very important. Okay, most of time if you're appearing in an interview on any of the Microsoft profile, okay, then you may get many questions from this, how you are going to create the users, what is the meaning by users, and what is the meaning of groups. Yeah, yeah, let me check, is there any question in the chat box? uh M- Godapatti Madhavi, yes sir, I did not get you. Please practice it, huh, Miss, Manish Soni, sir, will level 2 batch also need to make projects? Manish, I'm not sure about anything about the project. As I told you that I'm only conducting the or that some classes for 3 days. Okay? That is just to give an overview of your exams. That what are the things you may practice for your exams, especially if you are appearing for the Microsoft Azure. Okay? Related to your projects and your batch, you can directly contact to Ashwin sir. Okay, Manish? Because this is the actually thing which I have not shown it for my batch one also. So that is the reason I have asked them to join this one. Yeah. Azure AD is Microsoft cloud-based identity and access management services. Okay, it's a used to allow your users to sign in and access external resources like Microsoft 365 and internal resources like corporate, intranet, and home groups. Okay. I think Manikanta is okay, sir. Okay. Those who are working in the companies, they know that how many, privilege escalation you have, okay, or how many access you can get, okay, whether it is within your intranet or within the infrastructures, or if you are using something sitting somewhere in the uh, client place. Most users and groups management in Azure AD will perform via the Azure portal. Okay. The reason for selecting is that we don't have right now with the Azure portal. That is the main reason we are following this Labit Pro. Okay. So let me start that how exactly you can create the new user group and you can create the new ID. Okay. So just click on this, launch the lab. Okay. Please try to perform all the labs. Huh? If you sit for at least 2 hour, 2 and 2.5 hour, no, you can complete all the labs. Okay. Do not just click. You have to read all those things. What it is showing, and what are the things which you have to cover. Okay. Now just go and click on this thing.
Corporate intranet, or homegrown apps. Most user and group management in Azure AD will be performed via the Azure AD. To start things off, you are going to create a new group. To do so, click Groups in the left pane.
See, this is one of the the dashboard of a person. Okay. If you are in industries, then you may get this kind of thing. Okay. If you're acting as a tenant, then you may have this ID, this tenant ID. Then what is the license for the AD? Whether it's a free or you purchased one. Okay. And you'll get so many things here. So if you want, see, these are some users in that groups. Okay. Users, you will get to know how many users are there in the companies, their email ID, and most of time you will get as their laptop, what kind of hardware they are carrying, what is the physical number for that one. Okay. Groups will decide that in which project you are working, whether it is from the Microsoft or from some others. It will decide that where exactly you are working, okay, in the groups. Okay, I'll just finish it fast so that I can go ahead with some of the questions on the chat box. See here we have new group options. Okay. See, it depends on the project that in which project you are submitting. In the industry, normally we'll get so many group types. Okay, whether it is like productions or the automations, someone from the cybersecurity team, yeah, or someone is from the development, or someone is from the IT background, or someone is from the Microsoft 365. All those groups will get here. Okay, now as a end users or as a client, okay, like suppose you have joined a team, they will give you access that out of all the groups which are there in the companies, you are allowed to access only this particular group. Like for example, you are working for the IT team, then you are only permitted to access that IT team only. Okay, that is what we are making here. So here I'm giving a name as a marketing. This is the group name, huh? Like IT and security. Okay? And here the group description you can give. So the group description simply I'm giving as a group as marketing. Hit enter. normally most in the case of owners, it's your business analyst. It's your business analyst or your manager who will come in picture here. Okay, they will keep and track that how much things has been assigned to you, or how much project has been assigned to you, and how much things you have completed in that one. Okay? So here the owner is who? It's the admin. Okay, admin is the person who has created a group called as a security, and in that the group name he has given as the marketing. You can observe here that this is what the name. Okay, marketing, the id, this is the tenant id, and the group type is what? Security. Okay, and the membership type is what is assigned. Okay, source obviously what? Cloud. Okay, because this is what the Azure is used for. Okay, you can see that we have groups, in that all groups. Okay, but what we are only searching for this group. What is that group name? Security. See, now we have two users here. One is the admin as well as the one is admin test. Okay. Now we are creating another group. Earlier, what we have done, we have created the groups. Now we are creating the user. Okay. Suppose it's you now. It's an employee's name. Like suppose after creating a group, yeah, now I'm adding the employees in that one. Okay. Suppose I have an IT team, in that I want 50 members. So all the 50 members name I'll give here one by one. Huh? So I have typed your name here. Okay. Let's say Manikanta. Manikanta, I think you have seen this video or this particular screen, no? Let's. I'm just giving the name, username, and full name. Okay. Click the manual option password. Red VIBGAT1. So what we'll do is that after creating this one, like for suppose you have joined a company, we will give this name. See, this is the username as well as this password. Okay. Once if you enter on the Microsoft Azure with this password, you will directly taken to that groups. Okay, like you are belongs to this group and you can access the files which are available from that group.
Since it's a new account, Lester doesn't belong to any groups. Add him to the marketing group by clicking the group selection link.
See, now I have given your name, so I need to assign to a group, that which group you wanted to belong to. Okay. So here we have a group here.
Select the marketing group.
We can create multiple groups. Huh? Normally we will get around hundreds to 200 groups like this. Yeah? If you are really working in MNC, then you may get an idea that how exactly the groups are working. I've selected at marketing. Okay. So now you can say that when Lester joins, so let me type that. Yeah. Have a look, everyone. Earlier we have only two users, okay, admin as well as the admin this one. Okay, now I have created another account. Now if I wanted to Lester join this particular group, I will give him the user ID as well as the password. Okay. So now you can have a look there. If I click on this one, now the Lester is available here. Okay. See, just click on this one. Click on this. Okay. So this is how you can see, when you join as a freshers or as a new to the companies, okay, your job is not to create and now to create the users and groups. Okay, it's the your business analyst or your managers, or most of time if the HR, she will do that one. Okay, but you should have idea that in which group you belong to, okay, or in which team you are into existing and what is your task. GS Uma Manikanta, yes. What is that? Yes, yeah. I think he's in working in TCS. Correct, correct. GS Uma Manikanta is working in TCS. He knows that how exactly the groups, policies, and what kind of services he can access. Okay? You can observe that there might be many groups, but you are not allowed to enter into that particular group. It is like separate team. Okay, IT team has something. The same way legal team has some documents. In the same way, I can say that the finance team has some documents. Though you are in the same company, but you cannot, as a member of the IT team, you cannot access a file which is there belongs to that finance team. The same way, a person from the security or from the marketing cannot access a file of the IT team. Though all of you belong to the same organization, same company, but you have been given a particular access or particular authentications. Madhu Mitha, sir, is it possible to create free account as in Azure, work on it without providing credit card, debit card? I'm not sure, Madhu Mitha. Just check once. Sir, will the recording of the this section is available after this year's Samiksha? You'll get that recording. Any other doubt? See, this is one of the best, okay, because for most of time normally I used to take only cybersecurity classes, but after searching and after doing all I found this it's really very interesting, okay, because you'll get a real hands-on technique. Okay, and I used to sit my friends those who are doing work from home. I used to sit hours together with them. Then later I found from luckily I got this website Labit Pro, where we can do some real labs. Yeah, that is what the cloud lab simulators. Very interesting. Deploy solution like Azure file sharing, virtual machine, AWS, S3 buckets, and more without paying and dime for cloud resources. Not only for this one. Okay. GS Suma Manikanta, yes, required the authorization from SharePoint owner. Correct. That is again from the what is that? Microsoft only. Yeah. Varun, have you performed on the laptop? You can contact to GS Suma Manikanta because I know most of the things from the TCS. My friend is working in the TCS, Hyderabad. Right now, I'm in Hyderabad only. Yeah, I'm available here. Varun, awesome sessions. Varun, have you performed it on on the lab on the laptop? Varun Sony. Yes, yeah, that is the reason you are telling. Or else those who are attending from the mobile phone, for them it's like very headache. They are like, मतलब sir क्या पका रहे हैं घंटे से, what all those things are, he's just clicking somewhere, cloud computing deployment users. I'm performing others. You are great. Yeah, you have to. See, don't think that I have given only three and you have to perform only three. Okay, you have to perform all those. Okay, so today you just focus for all the practicals on the AWS. Uh, Tomorrow we'll sorry, not on AW Microsoft Azure. Tomorrow we'll say how exactly AWS works. Okay, see, there are many YouTube videos are available. Okay, but no one will teach you that hands-on. Okay. So that is the reason I've taken for this. Last time I think for the batch one also I've called to one of my friend and I told him that you can just give a session. He also, even he is from a company, but he has not shown his particular his own his own laptop, his own screen. I want all of you to perform. Okay, all, huh? Uh, Varun, you have to perform all. Okay, just let me know once if you perform. Omkar, hi Omkar, Chandni. In next class, sir, please explain once. Definitely, Chandni. I'll try to. I have knowledge on AWS with same. Great. Yes, Uma. See, I think for you it's like look like okay, sir. What we are really doing it in the industries. Okay. What I suggest all of you just contact to GS Uma Manikanta. because he's the person who is really working in industry. Yes, Manoj Khanna, sir, is it enough to prepare these labs for the exams? I'm not sure that which course you have adopted. It is just a additional brush up things which I'm taking, and that too not in detail. Like for example, there are 13 to 14 labs are there here. I perform only 2 to 3. Uh, you can contact to GS Uma Manikanta. He has having huge idea about that how exactly things will happen because he has done real thing. Sheikh Salim, how are you, sir? Yeah, yeah. Hi, Salim. After a long time. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ आपकी आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही करके. Good to have you. See you again. Fine then. That's it for today. Just really wanted all of you to perform that. Okay, later, it's been told to me that you are appearing for this exams and next upcoming days. Please perform it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Manoj. Manoj is just for the learning purpose. That's it. Hmm? There's nothing new in there. It's though I'm not taking in detail. I'm just giving an idea that how you can prepare for the exams. Okay, Manish. How we can contact him, sir? To whom, Varun? To yeah, Sheikh Salim. Even I too. I was not calling you since a long time. GS Manikanta, can you give your, if you don't mind, can you give your email ID or some mobile numbers? Yeah, yeah, Nihar, thank you. Nihar, do the practice, huh? See, looking this on the mobile phone is completely different doing what you're doing on the laptop. Hmm? Yeah, Manikanta, can you just give your contact number, something like that? Not on WhatsApp, here in the chat box. And Varun, definitely, if you contact him, he has so many things. Yeah. What is this number? This is number belongs to just wait, GS Manikanta. That's it. GS Manikanta. Where is your number? This one, no? Yeah. Everyone, this is the number of GS Manikanta. He's already worked in the TCS because I know that this is the exactly pattern which is following in the TCS also. GS Uma. He is there on the LinkedIn also. Uh, Manikanta. Shit. Yeah, this is the number of GS Uma Manikanta. Varun, you can contact to him on this email, on this number. Hmm? What you can we can't see other participants' message, sir. Yeah, it is only visible for me only, Manish. It is a software where you don't get. That is the reason you're not able, see the message of the Salim. Yeah. It's good that okay, everyone is like fine. He will be like posting so many messages every time. Yeah. And he is one of the active member. Huh? I observed that Sheikh Salim is very active members. Uh, it's been long time. I think two and months, 2 months or yeah. You can just put me a message on Naveen. You can contact me on LinkedIn. Hmm? Sir, LinkedIn profile link, please. This is my LinkedIn profile link. You can call it. He's very, Sheikh Salim is always, very charming boy and always smiling. And one very much active on that. What? Yes, around 2 months, sir. Yes, sir. Correct, 2 months. Today I went to that Adibata, yeah. It's so far from this particular, from Tang or this particular place. This is my LinkedIn profile. You can check it out here. Well, Sheikh Salim, yeah, this chat box is there in the here in the WhatsApp group, which is shared by the Salim. I don't know which uh, group it is, but it's shared by the Salim. Yeah, fine. I built my career for cybersecurity. Naveen, great, great, Naveen. Naveen, even we too, I forward. Okay, we are also, even I'm personally not from the, I normally used to get some projects on cybersecurity, especially the VAPT. If anything is there, I just post it on the LinkedIn. Yeah. I may, recruit for my personal projects. Sir, GS, search LinkedIn, uh, search LinkedIn also. Uh, GS Uma Manikans. I don't know. You can contact him on the WhatsApp. He'll share that LinkedIn profile. You can just type GS Manikanta on the LinkedIn. You may get that. Yeah, try hack me. Yeah, Salim is telling something. Yeah. Well, fine. That's it for today. You can just contact me over here. And soon I may be, recruiting for some interns for some South India projects, and also especially the Kochi and Kerala. I have some VAPT audits there. If anything is there, I'll definitely post it on the LinkedIn. You may contact me, especially the batch one. You have guide, and most of time we require that CH certification as well as ISMS 27009. That is what the projects we will get. Sir, how many times can we take the same lab? Multiple times, Lavanya. GS Umakanta, yes, sir, I'm interested in VIPT. If I have vacancy, please let me know. Yeah, definitely, Umakanta. I have your LinkedIn contact. Yeah, it's Varun. Projects like VAPT. Normally, we used to do that VAPT auditing projects as well as the ISMS projects. That is where we go ahead to that security compliances. Huh? Today, even today also to Hyderabad, I came for a VAPT project. Also. Varun, this particular thing is created for lecture is for all those who are from the cyber security, web development, machine learning, as well as AI. And I am the person who is from the cyber security background. Okay, so that is the reason I told that. GS Uma Manikanta, let me know. Naveen, sir, same sir. I will also contest definitely. Okay, we have some projects. Normally, for online projects we are doing, but now the client is asking that to visit to their premises, on premises project we have to complete. So just have some hands-on on the burp suit, NISUS, as well as Linux, especially Nmap, Grab, all those things. Momjunction.com articles. What's Sheikh Salim? GS Uma Manikanta LinkedIn ID. Open link. ओके कुछ ओपन लिंक है यहाँ पे शेख सलीम के द्वारा जस्ट गो अहेड विद दैट लिंक ओके आई चेक सलीम मेरे को डर लगता है यार तुम्हारी किसी भी लिंक को क्लिक करने से was a very advanced hacker here. What is this Mom Junction? Can we leave, sir? Yeah, fine. That's it for today. We'll just again meet in the next lectures. Not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. It might be Monday, Tuesday, no, Wednesday, Thursday. This next lecture, you might have got a link. Yeah. Yeah, Hardik, thank you. Definitely just practice, Hardik. Huh? Practice and make sure that you have completed all the labs. Hmm? Well, thank you, Bhavnesh. Thank you, Naveen. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, everyone. Hardik, take care and have a good day. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Bye. Bye, Shreya. Bye, Simran. Yeah, Mohammad Najim. Please practice कीजिए सभी. Okay. Thank you, Fatima. Please practice all on the laptop. Okay. Too much on LinkedIn. Yeah, definitely, excellent. Yeah, मैं check करूँगा. I'll just go ahead with that. Your what is that? Momjunction.com. No. Yeah, fine. Thank you, Masan. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Good night. Thank you, Asif Ansari.